In this video, I want to explain level 113 of the Backrooms, also known as Verum Terra Machinis. This is one of those levels that you do not ever want to stay inside of for longer than like 4 seconds. I know I say that a lot and I mean it each time, but this one is specifically horrible. It's an industrial hellscape with smoggy factories, stranger than life creatures. There's weird things that have ruled here for years. There's wars that have happened here. There's mechanical robots that want to kill you, and other anomalous effects as well. You just don't want to come here, I can promise you that. If any of that sounds cool, if you like a robotic machines versus human Backrooms level, leave a like on this video. I'd really appreciate it. And sit back and relax and enjoy this next day of Broogmas. Let's get into it, shall we? So the name of the level, Verum Terra Machinis, translates to Earth of Machines, or True Earth of Machines, which is a perfect name for the level because this is a smoggy, futuristic, dystopian place. The level is divided into 3 distinct sectors, those being Region Aleph, Region Bet, and Region Gimel. Now each of those is in Hebrew, so I'm sorry if I mispronounced them, but Aleph is the first letter in the Hebrew alphabet, and it means unity and strength. Bet is the second letter in the Hebrew alphabet, and it means house or dwelling, often associated with the home of your main family. And Gimel is the third letter in the Hebrew alphabet, and it means giving and receiving or nourishment, something along those lines. Each of these 3 sectors is named with those letters of the Hebrew alphabet, and each of the 3 sectors is very different. You'll go on to see why I say that. Region Aleph, or Region 1, takes the appearance of a massive, fully automated facility that looks similar to an oil foundry or factory from real life. It kind of displays itself as a power station, igniting the lights and everything else in the entire level. Its design and its materials are visibly decaying. There are large cracks in the foundation, the walls are crumbling, and the machines inside of the facility, they definitely would not pass a modern day inspection. They're decaying away. The corridors inside the power station are lined with concrete walls and steel beams, and the floors inside the building are made from some kind of ceramic tile. Although it's not actually ceramic, the page just says it looks like ceramic. I don't know why. The power inside the facility itself is finicky at best, and it'll oftentimes just flicker or completely shut off without warning. On that same note, the majority of the level is cast in a darkness, and there's no real sunlight that makes it through the smoggy clouds. But this is typically where you'll begin your journey through this dystopian concrete death trap. Once you find an exit door somewhere in the factory, you'll be able to go outside, and this will lead you to the second region of the place, Region Bet, or Region 2. This area looks to be an urban city sprawl, kind of like a large city you'd see in the USA, except this one is constructed fully out of metallic materials, meaning that each building and structure is purely aluminum, iron, cobalt, or copper, and it gives everything this shiny, brutalistic future vibe. Like SpongeBob episode SB129, where it's Squidward's of the future, that's what these buildings look like. Everything is lifeless, everything is barren, and it seems like it was abandoned a long time ago, but trust me, it is not abandoned. And I say that because in this region, the highest concentration of entities reside. Each structure in this place is a sort of anomalous zone in and of itself. Each of these little buildings you can go in act strange. The geometry is non-Euclidean, the hallways are winding and looping, and they look much bigger on the inside than the outside. But more importantly, they act as a home for strange instances of various creatures, machines, and amalgamations that spawn here. A lot of these entities are unknown to us on the wiki. They're just unique looking fleshy monsters that hide in the shadows. But some entities that are normal have been seen as well. For instance, the neighborhood watch entity from level 9 has been seen here, as well as smilers and skin stealers and that sort of thing. But other creatures made of weird fleshy amalgamates live here as well, and strange cybernetic beings that resemble humanoid robots have been seen walking through the alleyways. I really want to drive home just how desolate and dystopian this place is. It's not a happy little city like level 11. This is a really disgusting, stinchy, oily, rotten place with an oppressively large design. It's huge. It's easy to get lost in. It's like a gigantic maze. There are machines and cameras and cybernetic parts everywhere. It's less human and more robot. And there's no one here that can help you. You're all completely alone, getting stalked by these unknown species of creatures that live in the depths of these buildings. They seem to only crawl out of the shadows to consume food, which in this case is you. Many reports of beasts that I've described just now have come out. They're shadowy creatures, there's fleshy monsters attached and fused to the very metal of the buildings. There's things that run faster than the light and the shadows that follow them. These are just the tip of the iceberg of beings that might exist in this region. It's like the worst nightmare of anybody that's scared of creatures is here. This is the worst possible place to be in this city because you never know what's going to be in any parts of the cramped corners. It just doesn't seem very fun, much less survivable. And there's one specific creature that calls this place home, only known as the King of level 113. Now, the King is this tall, skinny humanoid figure dressed in a large red robe with a cone-shaped hood. Now, inside that hood, there's not a regular head, like a person's head. You can only see one singular eyeball in the middle of a tetrahedron. Now, a tetrahedron is like a 3D triangle, but in the middle of that triangle-shaped head is this one eyeball poking out of the hood. Now, he looks pretty strange and off-putting for sure, and the reason he's called the King of this machine level is because apparently he overthrew the previous so-called ruler many years ago during an event that's called the Machina-Humanity War, the War of Mankind and Machine. Now, this is actually a pretty large event in the lore of the entire Backrooms, and it caused this place to have this futuristic, decaying, dystopian vibe, as most places would be after a robot-human war. I'll touch more on the wars later, but just get that in your mind, that robots and humans have fought before. Anyways, the third region of the level is Gamel, and this is unlike any other part of the level. It's not like the factory, it's not like the city. Gamel is actually the mechanical framework that surrounds the entire level. So think of the other two regions that I just talked about as being inside of a box, and that box itself that surrounds everything is the region Gamel. It's this cage, metal, wire, and geometric symbolistic thing that surrounds the entire place. There's no sky in the level, it's just this geometric metal box, and entities known as light guides are a common thing to see up in the mechanics here. They mimic different shapes and symbols, and there's this huge focus on geometry inside of this place and inside of this level, and it makes it a very trippy thing to experience. The level as a whole was discovered back in 1986, and it seemed that the wanderer that came here kind of tapped into some sort of alternate reality, right? Because when they got here, no one else had known about this level, so it seemed like they just kind of ran into an urbanistic, apocalyptic future in some other multiverse. But it indeed is a Backrooms level, and during that time when they came here in 1986, this is when the first machine versus human war took place. 6 wanderers entered this level through level 80, and they came here with weapons, since most people in the Backrooms carry weapons, and the machines here took it as a threat. So they declared war, they fought the humans, and then that was the first robot-machine war. There was also a second war that happened in 2014 when wanderers and machines fought again, leading to many casualties on both sides. The aftermath of this war is why this place looks so abandoned. It looks so decaying and cracked and disgusting, and it's because, you know, warfare causes that to happen. But the machines that live here, they despise humanity and everything about it. They hate the fact that we're alive and they're just living. They're not alive, they just exist. They attack on sight if somebody accidentally comes here to the border of this place, and it is not a safe place to be at all because of that. On that same note, the region Gamel, with its circuitry and wires and pipes, so many different things live inside of this area. There's fleshy things, like I mentioned earlier, that are fused between it all, and there's robot, cybernetic things that live here. They despise all humans. They just hate every single thing about humanity. I mean, I would be mad too if I could not breathe and I had to be a robot all day. That would kind of suck, right? Think of this level as if the Dune book lore meets the All Tomorrows lore meets the I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream lore, and that is exactly what level 113 is like. Am from I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream, that's how the machines here act towards humans. They hate us with a deep-seated despising. They want to see all humans die, and they live in this urban, circuit-filled, technological, monochromatic mess, and it just seems disgusting. The entire place is just like a giant computer circuit. You don't want to be inside of it at all. The place is so dangerous, in fact, that the entrances have been redacted due to all the warfare and the madness that's happened over the years, and the only exit is to locate and enter a door inside of Region Gamel. This might have the chance to lead you to level 11 if you're lucky. Once you exit the city though, and you look back at that door you just came through, you cannot re-enter. I want to tell you how disgustingly metal. No, this sucks. Everything is metal. There's no natural biological things. It's just machines, circuit boards, wiring, fuses, and every single thing inside of this is full of smoke and darkness and death. With strange creatures that live in the shadows and in the small buildings here. This might be the most anti-human Backrooms level of literally all time. And I gotta say, it is one of the best levels that I've read in a minute. I think it makes for a really good video, and I sincerely hope you enjoyed my explanation of it. Thank you for watching till the end of the video. If you enjoyed my explanation of level 113, enjoyed just how disturbing and disgusting it was, leave a like on the video if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it. Also subscribe if you want to. It's free. Trying to hit 1.5 million subscribers. Thank you all for all you do. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. If you want more content from me for some reason, you can check out Spoogly, my TikTok as well, my Instagram as well. All these places where I post. I love and appreciate each and every one of you, like I just said. I don't know why I said it twice, but I did. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!